I'm going to close by reading 2 verses and telling you about Robin Williams. Then John's disciples came and asked him, "How is it that we and the Pharisees fast, but your disciples do not fast?" And Jesus answered, "How can the guests of the bridegroom mourn while he is with them? The time will come when the bridegroom will be taken from them, then they will fast." Those verses are fascinating because they explain why it is better to have life with God than comforts without them. Why choose the Lord Jesus? Why? And you would think, through this chapter, with all the brokenness and the messiness, people would be like, we just got to fast. This is hopeless. Let's just fast and be sad and seek the Lord in like the fasting type way, because life is tough and everything's broken, and what's the hope? But he doesn't end like that. He says this type of thing, when Jesus is healing people, is cause for a party. There is time for fasting in other parts of life, but this right now, have a party because Jesus is healing sinners. And I remember when Robin Williams, the actor, died. He died at 63, suicide. I remember reading one article, and it said he lost his battle to depression. And someone very cleverly replied, he had depression his whole adult life. We should therefore be noting that he had won the battle against depression for 50-something years. We need to note that. What an achievement for him. Bless his heart. And it was just a different way of thinking. I remember the lights coming on. And similarly, part of my role here is to try and help people. I wouldn't call it counseling because that's better than what I'm able to do, I think. I'm not a counselor. But what some people sometimes expect from me is to help them handle trauma, pain, life's crosses and burdens, and anxiety and depression. But most of the time, the people that I'm talking to, they are already handling those things. And I know what they mean, and I will try and help them the best I can. But in a way, they're doing it so well already, like Robin did for 50 years. Sometimes, therefore, my role is to help people heal in order to let joy and happiness back into their lives. Not so much to handle the depression, they're doing that bit. You need to heal to let the joy back in and the happiness back in, because that's what we're not mastering at the moment. And it seems to be a summary of those 2 verses at the end of this. To let Jesus into your life in life's difficulties. You're already handling a lot of it. Life is hard. Everybody knows that, yet you're still here today. Well done, you made it. This passage is about, now let Jesus in as well, and there is a joy and a happiness and peace that you're otherwise lacking and losing out on. When Jesus is involved in life's difficulties, is party time, because he promises to heal you in it, through it, and whatever comes your way, he's going to share in it with you, and you will live forever with him.